Luigi pushed the stone behind her, for on the crest of a small adjacent hill, which cut off the view toward Palestrina, he saw a traveler on horseback, stopping a moment, as if uncertain of his road, and thus presenting against a blue sky that perfect outline which is peculiar to distant objects in southern climes. When he saw Luigi, he put his horse to a gallop and advanced toward him. Luigi was not mistaken. The traveler, who was going from Palestrina to Tivoli, had mistaken his way. The young man directed him. But as, at a distance of 1/4 of a mile, the road again divided into 3 ways, and on reaching these the traveler might again astray from his route, he begged Luigi to be his guide. Luigi threw his cloak on the ground, placed his carbine on his shoulder, and freed from his heavy covering, preceded the traveler with the rapid step of a mountaineer, which a horse can scarcely keep up with. In 10 minutes, Luigi and the traveler reached the crossroads. On arriving there, with an air as majestic as that of an emperor, he stretched his hand towards that one of the roads which the traveler was to follow. "That is your road, Excellency, and now you cannot again mistake." "And here is your recompense," said the traveler, offering the young herdsman small pieces of money. "Thank you," said Luigi, drawing back his hand. "I render a service, I do not sell it." "Well," replied the traveler, who seemed used to this difference between the servility of a man of the cities and the pride of a mountaineer, "if you refuse wages, you will, perhaps, accept a gift." "Ah, yes, that is another thing." "Then," said the traveler, "take these 2 Venetian sequins and give them to your bride, to make her a pair of earrings. And then do you take this poniard," said the young herdsman. "You will not find a better one carved between Albano and Civita Castellana." "I accept it," answered the traveler. "But then the obligation will be on my side, for this poniard is worth more than 2 sequins. For a dealer, perhaps, but for me, who engraved it myself, it is hardly worth a piastre." Okay. If you don't know, if you are like me and don't know, I'm not going to assume you don't know, a poniard, Poniard, is a small dagger, often with ornamental carvings in its handle that is associated with, like, personal honor, particularly in rural Italian costume. So this is something of great value or decorative appreciation that Vampa is offering this traveler. They are exchanging gifts. The traveler is saying, "Well, you give me this beautiful object, and I'm back in and our exchange is imbalanced again. You helped me. I was trying to pay you. You said you don't want the payment, so we're going to do a gift. I'm giving you some sequins, and you're giving me this beautiful dagger. I'm still coming out ahead here." And Vampa's like, "Nah, you were not, because I make this stuff, so it doesn't cost me anything. I'm walking away higher up." Now, my question is there a ulterior motive here? It would be interesting if Vampa had killed the carbineer that danced with Teresa the night before. We don't know that. But he's trying to get rid of a murder weapon, maybe? But then he would be recognized by the traveler. Yeah, that would be bad. That would be a bad cover-up. But why is he getting rid of the dagger? Who knows? Maybe nothing. Maybe I don't need to spend any time on that. Just worth noting that it clearly was a part of today's passage, wasn't it? What else do I want to talk about today? How you doing? I'm always telling you what's going on with me. I want to know what's going on with you. You having a good day? I hope you're having a good day. Are you listening to this in the morning or in the evening or in the middle of the day? Are you at the grocery store? Are you at home? Are you in the car? Here's a question. Did Luigi trap Teresa in the grotto by putting the stone over the entrance while she was in there? How big is this stone? Actually, I'm going to do some in-the-moment research, and we will find out some new information here. Okay, I'm starting to get some sense of it here. Okay, because there's some conflicting information. I think this is why my head has a hard time wrapping around it. We get lines like, Luigi drew away the stone, or pushed the stone behind her. But it's also, like, big enough that it can seal the grotto, it can hide a man like Cucumetto. So how is it simultaneously movable by one person, albeit even maybe a strong person? One of my questions is, could Teresa move it if she's on the inside? Even if she could move it from the outside, does it lock of some sort? Is it a slab? Is it a boulder? Is it like a cubby hole? Like you move one stone and then you crawl through? What exactly is going on here? Okay, I looked up a artist rendering of this, and I'm going to apply some of my Phantom of the Opera knowledge here. The book, not the movies, in which Eric, the Phantom, lives and operates inside the Paris Opera House through all of these hidden compartments where he knows the right place to press or movement to make that will activate some sort of switch in order to move a wall, move a mirror, move a trapdoor. And I think something similar might be happening here as I'm looking at some of these images where, okay, we got a grotto, right? It's a cave of sorts, a small cave, inlet, surrounded by rock, usually granite maybe. And that this would be maybe like a leaning slab of that granite, something that had fallen perhaps, and that only the person, like Dante, aka Sinbad the Sailor, knowing the exact slab of granite with the right like weight and balance, like to the average person that's walking by, because it has to conceal it, right? I mean, not even from opening, but from being recognizable. So someone has to be able to know exactly which rock to touch, has to know its weight and balance in order to move it as a mere human, not a superhuman. We went through that the other day. That it pivots on a perhaps very precise point, and that only with pressure in the right place can it move, maybe from one side. I don't know. I don't know why I'm putting my locking mechanisms on this thing. But otherwise, it would be like flush with the rock face, the hillside, the terrain, so that it is invisible at casual glance. I don't know that this stuff actually exists. This is the very sort of thing that appears and is invented just for adventure stories. But clearly, in the world of Monte Cristo, not only is Dante discovering grottos and caves with hidden entrances, but maybe they exist all over Italy. Luigi Vampa has one as well. Or is Luigi Vampa Dante? Is this story that Pastrini is telling all made up? What is this, a legend created by Dante, a rumor spread? Vampa wasn't here for all of this stuff. He just knows the legend. He's telling the legend. And isn't Dumas telling us the legend of Dante? Suddenly, I am once again doubting literally everything in this story. I can't take anything at face value anymore. Oh my goodness. I'm going to go clear my head and come back here tomorrow. Hopefully you'll join me. I always love when you do. Thank you for being here. I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, goodbye. The Countdown of Monte Cristo is part of the Gruntwork Podcast Network. This show is produced, edited, and hosted by Landon Solano. The original text of The Count of Monte Cristo by Alexander Dumas. Theme song by Magic Solo. If you want to support the show and others like it, visit patreon.com/gruntworkpod. Thank you for listening. See you tomorrow.